Hey everyone, so my name's Chris Reeder and I just want to say thank you to MaxWeb for letting me come on and present this presentation on YouTube ads. So in this presentation here, I'm going to be discussing a little bit about YouTube ads, actually a lot about YouTube ads, mainly on the creative side of things, right? Because a lot of people out there, they run on Facebook, they may run on native and some other platforms, but I've pivoted pretty heavily into YouTube now because there's definitely massive amounts of ROI that can be obtained there. So we'll just jump into the presentation. In this presentation here, we'll be discussing how to utilize YouTube to scale your campaigns profitably. So I'm Chris Reeder, I'm creator of Profit Singularity, which is a course that teaches students and affiliate marketers how to scale up profitably on YouTube. So a lot of you guys might have been running on Facebook or native or TikTok or Pinterest or any platforms out there. But I've really liked the YouTube platform, not only in terms of how easy it is to scale and get a winning campaign up, but also how consistent and sustainable your campaigns can be. So that's what we're going to be jumping in and discussing. So a little bit about myself. I'm a direct response marketer. I've been an affiliate marketer for 5 years now, running paid traffic primarily through Facebook and YouTube with the typical style of affiliate video sales letters. So I've ran pretty much all the products on MaxWeb and many other products out there in the affiliate marketing space. So I've scaled YouTube campaigns up to $20,000 per day consistently, and also helped coach people to scale up well above $60,000 a day with YouTube advertising with their direct response affiliate marketing campaigns. So there's me speaking on stage in San Francisco. That I was doing that pre-COVID. And my Instagram handle right there if you want to reach out to me and message me any questions, so feel free. So the 3 goals for this presentation are to help you understand why you should be leveraging YouTube advertising, first of all, because I don't know if many people are actually leveraging YouTube and video ads as they should be. A lot of people are, on other platforms, but I think YouTube right now, considering the current state of the world and the way video content is being consumed, I think there's a massive opportunity there for people to leverage. The second step is going to be me teaching you the 7 steps to write ads that sell, right? So YouTube is all about the video and the content that it does the selling and creates the curiosity. So we'll be diving deep into that. And then I'll also be discussing how to help you understand and how to optimize and scale your campaigns. So first of all, why would you want to, advertise on YouTube? Well, 1 billion hours of video are watched every day on YouTube, and that number is only increasing. So I would say probably nearly every single person in the world is watching YouTube. To be honest, I know everyone that's watching this has probably watched YouTube. Everyone probably watches YouTube as well. So YouTube and video content is only getting bigger and bigger as the years go by. So just some stats on YouTube and video in general. So 54% of consumers want to see more video content from a brand or business they support. 85% of all internet users in the United States watch online video content monthly on any of their devices. 93% of marketers say they've landed a new customer because of a video on social media. 88% of marketers say they plan to do video marketing on YouTube. So internet users spend close to 7 hours each week watching online videos. YouTube has 2+ billion users, which is almost 1/3 of the entire internet population. 88% of video marketers are satisfied with their ROI from their video marketing efforts. 83% of video marketers say videos help them generate leads. And watching a product video online convinced 74% of people to download an app or software. So, over half of the shoppers say online video helped them decide which specific product or brand to buy, and 70% of YouTube viewers say they've bought a product as a result of seeing it on YouTube. So, even though these might not be directly from YouTube ads, it does show that there is a high amount of buyer's intent, and people watching content are buying things from YouTube, which is very important because that means, you've got buyers every single day watching millions of hours of ads, which you can place your ads on as well. So like most of you who watch YouTube, people watch YouTube to consume content that they enjoy, right? So YouTube is personal, with over 60% of over 60% of people watch content they're passionate about, right? So, if you're passionate about marketing and advertising and running ads, you're probably going to be on YouTube watching ads on how to market and advertise. People, watch their hobbies, sport, different video games, even music videos, different demographics people consume on like makeup, clothing, weight loss, basically any single niche out there. There is like billions of hours of content that people are consuming. So users expect their ad experience to be tailored to them. And that is due to the fact that people want to consume content that they want to consume, right? So being able to put your ad for, say, golf training or something before a golf training video, people are going to be much more likely to watch that because they're interested in that content and they expect that ad to be related to what they're interested in. And that's what YouTube's really powerful at, is putting your ads in front of the people that you want to see it. Because, if there's a mismatch in the audience, it's not going to lead to very good campaigns. So relevant video ads get 3 times more the attention compared to the average video ad. So that's based on what I just said before. You want to be able to label your audience, and you want them to understand that the content of the ad is going to be relevant to them for them to increase the watch time of their ad and also increase the click-through rate and the attention that you get on your ad. So in my experience, the ideal video length of an ad is 1 minute to 3 minutes. And I've noticed that the sweet spot for majority of my campaigns and videos are 1:30. That doesn't mean that your videos can't be really long or also really short. It just depends, and just a matter of split testing. I've seen a lot of video ads on YouTube that are actually like 1 hour, right? So they've got basically like a webinar, but on the YouTube ad. And that's because if there's enough, curiosity and relevance to the audience that's watching it, they might actually watch a whole hour video as an ad, because when they're on YouTube, they're already planning to spend a couple hours or potentially an hour or two to watch content. So if they're very interested in what you have to offer, they're going to sit through and watch it. So how is YouTube different to Facebook, right? So I know a lot of marketers here are actually come from Facebook. That's like the main platform a lot of marketers run on. So on Facebook, the ad copy that works best is in first person, right? So you're telling a story and you're empathizing with the audience. Majority of the ad copies go like, this is my problem and this is how I fixed it. So you state as a story the problem that the customer is facing, and then how you, as someone who they can empathize with, has fixed it. On YouTube, it's more direct, third person, and from a point of authority. So in your ad copy, you want to state that this is your problem and this is how you can fix it. So rather than being, conversational based and more social on Facebook, with YouTube, it's more direct and more authoritative. So you call out their problem and then you state how you can fix it, rather than being more of like a social conversational type, sales ad copy. So I'm going to go through the steps of creating your actual ad script for your YouTube video. So step 1 of the script is the pattern, interrupt, and hook. So everyone who watches YouTube knows that there's 5 seconds of an ad that you have to watch before skipping. And, most people dread watching their ads and they just spam click the skip button. So I know I do that. A lot of you probably do that as well. So in knowing that, we have 5 seconds to get their attention and prevent them from pressing skip ad. So in the pattern interrupt, we really need to qualify the audience and have an early call to action on what your ad is about. So this is probably one of the most important parts of the video, because if they click skip, none of your other, content in your ad matters because they've skipped. So you really need to create a strong pattern interrupt, a strong hook, call out your audience, label your audience's problems so that they know that this ad is about them, and then create curiosity. So again, you want to call out the audience. You want to get the audience's attention that you want to capture, right? So you label them directly, call out their situation or problems, and offer a benefit benefit with a captivating opening scene. So this is, for an example, depends what you're doing. If you're doing golf, like we said, for an example, you want to say like how thousands of golfers are increasing their, skill at golf. I'm not a golfer. I've not ran golfing ads, but you want to label directly the audience. So, how to take 5 shots off your drive or whatever, golf is. So you want to label that. So anyone that is a golfer is interested. Anyone that's not is going to skip it. So that is the most important part of the video there. And you can use very captivating imagery that sort of creates curiosity as the opening scene, along with the actual script hook, calling out the problem and calling out the audience that you want to capture. So step 2 is, once you've called out the audience, you want to tell them the benefit they will receive and the value they will receive when they watch this whole video. So for example, point out a problem, solution, and benefit of your product. So that could be, let's just say you're doing skincare, right? We'll use skincare as an example. So you could be like, for your hook, do you suffer from acne and horrible skin condition that never seem to relieve, right? You can then point out the problem and then you offer a solution. You'd be like, there's a breakthrough new method that thousands of women are using around the world that have helped them resolve any skin conditions. So you're telling them, you're pointing out their problem, and then you're telling them that you're going to reveal a solution to their problem, which, if you create curiosity, if you've got the weird mechanism or the interesting hook that creates a difference, so a differential between your product and every other product they've seen, then that's going to keep them interested and watching for longer. So step 3 is aggravate the pain or provide a solution, or both, right? So discuss the pain points of the target audience. For example, wasted time of other programs or other products that don't solve their problem. And also the wasted money of, for example, skincare. People spend thousands of dollars on different skincare routines and constantly change different skincare products. So you can discuss that, and then you can say, the situation's only going to keep getting worse if you do not find the actual solution that is going to work. So aggravate their problems, point out their symptoms, and then provide the solution. And then step 4 is the new opportunity or social proof. So you want to state why your product is different compared to the market. You want to discuss the unique hook or angle that makes the viewer interested in your product to increase curiosity. And for social proof, you want to discuss how it's been proven to help someone that is in their position, right? So, whatever the hook is for, say, a skincare product, it uses this unique blend of, scientifically proven breakthrough ingredients. You want to discuss that. You want to state how it's scientifically proven, how it's unique, how it's never been done before, and how it's from, some ancient part of the world. So that creates curiosity, and it's different, right? Because if you're selling something that they've already seen before, they're going to lose some interest because they think it's just like everything else. Whereas if you state how it's unique and it's nothing they've ever seen before, that's going to grip their attention for longer. And then you can state, if you have testimonials, if you have social proof, you can put that in there stating, scientifically been proven to work on, the 10,000 people who have already tried it, and so on. So step 5 is establish your authority. So discuss the facts about why your product will benefit the consumer and what research has been done, right? So go deep into the authoritative position. So you can state that there's been thousands of clinical tests, these ingredients or this product has been proven to work by countless consumers. Then you can jump into testimonials or case studies that prove to the consumer that your ad actually has authority in the niche. So, people want to emphasize with someone that's in their position and with the symptoms that you're calling out. When you're calling out those symptoms and you establish that authority, then that's what really makes the difference in your ad. And that's what actually grips people and makes them want to click through. So step 6 is the value perception. So this is where you tell them why they cannot live without your product and what the negatives are if they do not purchase your product, and also what the positives are if they do purchase it. So you've already called out their problems, you've aggravated their pain, you've provided a solution, you've stated your authority, you've given social proof. Now what you need to do is you really need to sort of semi-close them, right? So you want to sort of close them and get them to click through. So you want to state, you can reiterate their pain points and you can reiterate the solution you're providing, and you can discuss how, if you do not, many women find that this was the final face cream that they needed to achieve the skin of their dreams. If you're sick and tired of waking up every morning looking in the mirror, seeing pimples and acne on your face, then you need to use this product because it's going to help you in XYZ, right? And you want to state the benefits of it, but also state them in a way that correlates to their symptoms rather than just stating like the features. You want to sell it like emotionally to them. And step 7 is the final call to action. So you want to insert the call to action and you want to create urgency. So if you're doing e-com style stuff, you want to discuss how there's like a limited discount ending soon or stocks are selling out. For other sort of affiliate offers that aren't like physical products and such, you can discuss how this special presentation or the offer will be taken down soon. And you can also add a countdown timer, because, if you just state the call to action and, it ends, there's still people just sort of like standing on the fence. So when you add that countdown timer, just, plays the ad out a little bit longer, and any fence sitters then will jump in and, click through to your landing page. So the next, section we're going to discuss here is how to optimize and scale your campaigns. So just like any platform, there are tons of different metrics and stats you can look at and dive into really granularly. But the key metrics that I look at for my campaigns are the view rate, the CTR, the CPC, and the ROI, right? So these are just sort of benchmarks that I like to look at and set for my campaigns. They might be completely different for different products that you're running or different, objectives that you're doing. So I, run ads to make purchases. So these are going to be the stats for my products that I run. So view rate, I like to see around a 25% view rate. I like to see a 2.5% or higher CTR. I like to see $1 or less cost per click. And I also, make sure that no matter what the data says, that I'm looking at the ROI, because you can have stats on ads that are like completely different to these, but they're still making really good ROI. So regardless of the stats, you obviously want to be making sure that you're making really good ROI. So next thing is the different audiences that you can run to on YouTube. So you've got keywords. Keywords are, you target specific keywords related to your niche or product offer. So for example, face creams, acne, bad skin, just sort of any keywords related to your niche. The second one is placements. So this is where you can target the exact videos you want to have your ads viewed before. So for example, you can select certain beauty niches, beauty YouTube channel, beauty videos, and you can actually select them as placements. So your ads are actually going to run before those. The third one is topics. So topics you can target specific topics related directly to your niche, right? So you can run direct topics such as anything related to your niche directly. For example, I'm not sure if there is many for skincare, but skincare, makeup and beauty, women's products. And then you can also target indirect topics that relate to your niche. So you could potentially target like women's handbags or women brands. So things that your niche are sort of clumped into, but not directly clumped into. And then the final one is broad targeting. So broad targeting is where there's no targeting except for your demographics and locations. So this is where you're just running it straight broad, but you're selecting to run to like United States women over 35, for example. And these two audiences are the ones I run the most. I run topics and I run broad. So that's the two ones that I primarily focus on, but the other ones are also very good. So now when it comes to actually setting up your YouTube campaign, there are two types of YouTube campaigns you can sort of set up here. And one is a target CPA, so that's cost per action, where you automatically optimize your bids to meet your desired CPA. So I'd recommend using a target CPA if you have a strict CPA and you know your target CPA. So for most, like MaxWeb, most CPA networks where you're actually getting paid a CPA, I definitely recommend running a target CPA campaign, because that means you can set whatever your ideal target CPA is to maximize your ROI. The second one is maximize conversions. So maximize conversions is where you maximize the conversion volume in a given budget. So this is done if you don't have a strict CPA and care more about the volume of conversions. So I don't tend to run maximize conversion campaigns. However, I have played around with them and they are very effective, but I definitely prefer the target CPA. So for your campaigns, you probably have to just split test between the two of these to see which one allows you to scale and hit those sort of benchmarks that you're looking at in terms of ROI. So now, in order to optimize, of course, every single person here knows that split testing is like the crucial factor. So, if the key stats are not within the range, then you're going to want to split test. So for example, if the view rate, the CPC, and the CTR aren't within the key range, then you will just keep split testing until you find, ads that are within that range and ones that perform and give you good ROI. So if you're getting decent results, but the ROI, like if you're getting decent stats, but the ROI is not what you wish, then you're going to have to test, right? So for example, a 50% ROI ad with a $2 CPC can easily become a 100% ROI ad with a $1 CPC. So that's just, how important it is to split test. And in this situation, and one of the most important tests is the first 15 seconds of the video opening hook. So this means, right, let's say all your stats are really good and you're getting some ROI, but your CPC is a little bit too high. This is where you would test the first 15 seconds and so within the 15 seconds, you've got the 5 seconds, which is the most important hook, but the 15 seconds all up is the most important time. So just literally having the exact same script and the exact same ad, but just split testing different opening hooks in your script can make a massive difference to your stats and your CPC, because that is where majority of the people drop out of watching your ad. So now for troubleshooting, if the CPCs are too high, then split testing is key. So the CPAs are too high, then the split testing is key, because, if you're not getting the right sort of if you're not getting the right ROI, the right stats, and your CPAs are way too high, you can't make it profitable, then you're going to have to split test, right? So also, if the CPAs are too high, you can try creating new campaigns for different audiences to find more users that are more likely to convert. And then, of course, testing different ad variations, changing the video up, changing the headline, the call to action with the aim of increasing conversions is going to be where you actually see the most difference in your campaigns. So the other issue that can happen when running YouTube ads is your campaigns might not utilize the entire budget. So in that case, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to test broader audiences, because, if you're running topics, keywords, placements, there might not be enough audience for YouTube to actually present those ads to, right? Just due to the algorithm and how the algorithm works. So you can try expanding your audiences, going broader, and then also increasing the target CPA. So sometimes what happens is your YouTube won't spend the budget and you're going to have to keep bumping the target CPA until you see that YouTube starts spending its budget. I've actually noticed a lot of the times with YouTube that my target CPA will be like way above my actual target CPA in order for it to start spending money, but I'm like 100%, 200%, 300% profitable. So the target CPA increasing just allows YouTube to start spending that budget more liberally. Then the other thing is, if you are running target CPA and it's still not spending its entire budget, you can try running maximize conversions, because with maximize conversion campaigns, I've never seen an issue with YouTube not utilizing the entire budget. So that ends the presentation here, everyone. So I hope you got a lot of value from that and that got you interested in wanting to start running YouTube ads, or if you're already starting to run YouTube ads, I hope that gave you a lot of value in terms of how you can improve on your copywriting for your videos and some, follow those 7 steps to create scripts to run high performing, high converting videos, and also some ideas on, what sort of actual YouTube advertising features to run. For example, the target CPA and the key metrics to look at and focus on as well. So again, guys, this is the knowledge I've acquired from running YouTube myself and scaling up to $20,000 days, and also running a small group of mastermind and students that have gone up to hit $60,000 a day, $40,000 a day, $10,000, and so on. We've got a range of different people that are running all different types of ads, getting all different types of results. So if you are interested in learning about how I exactly run YouTube and scale my affiliate campaigns, you can message me down below on my Instagram, which is on this slide here, and then we can have a discussion and I can, answer any questions that you may have. But yeah, that wraps it up for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks again for MaxWeb for having me.